We were just in the grocery store and I can't believe it. I just bought stuff from a grocery store for the first time since March 13th. Good morning, everyone. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. I have been up here dyeing my hair. I ran downstairs and brought groceries in. I need to unpack them now. My hair is green now. I'll touch it up in a couple days, but it's good to go so far. We're gonna take a walk. I just got a ton of work queued up for me. I don't have the details yet to start, and it's like tons for the first few days of vacation, so I had to write back and say can't do that much. I have until through Friday, and then it's gonna drop off a lot. I don't want to do a ton of work on vacation, no more than an hour or two a day, so I think it's gonna be okay. They're not tight deadlines, so we'll see what he wants to queue up for the rest of this week. I have so much cleaning and packing to do, but oh well. I am not gonna do any school with Sebastian this week as it is. So we are gonna put the groceries away and have breakfast, and then we're all gonna take a walk and stop into the drugstore to pick some snacks for the road. And yeah, that's our day so far. Everyone, we were just in the grocery store and I can't believe it. I just bought stuff from a grocery store for the first time since March 13th. We were pretty desperate for some dried pineapple. Our favorite trail mix didn't come, and I've just had it so in my head. I was able to find dried banana chips at the drugstore. The drugstore is always really empty, no one ever in line, so I'm always okay going there. But no pineapples, so I decided to just scope it out. If there were no lines, I would look for the pineapple. No lines, and they had it. There was one moment in the dried fruit aisle where people just suddenly appeared and I freaked out, but we got it. I grabbed a few other things that I have not been able to get and went to the one regular line because I felt like that would go really much faster than if I were to do the self-check. I'm really slow at that and I would touch more things. So I did the one open lane, nobody was there, super fast. I couldn't use my Apple Pay that I've been using, but that's okay, I'll sanitize my card later. Yeah, it's getting noisy because the mower's going by, but we're gonna walk on home. Good evening, friends. We are getting ready for bed. This little guy just had a bath and brushed his teeth. I am gonna choose a couple books for him because we're gonna be returning our library books soon. But let's quickly go over our day. This morning I woke up and we had our Walmart order coming, just stuff for the trip. About half of what we're gonna need. We're gonna get the rest there. There were some things out. Notably, I was getting some breakfast pastries. They didn't come, so later on today we took care of that. And just some annoying things. The biggest thing was our trail mix, and you heard me talk about that. I really love this tropical trail mix that has no peanuts or walnuts. I'm allergic to walnuts, my husband's allergic to peanuts. So it just has almonds and cashews, and the best part is like the pineapple and the banana chips. I love the papaya too, but that's a little harder to find, so it was sold out. They sent us one that I had just got from Target that was cashews, almonds, and cranberries. So I'm like, now we have a ton of that. So I decided we would walk to Walgreens in the morning on our morning walk. We could choose some car snacks for the boys, and they had some dried fruit. I was hoping they had some of the dried fruit we needed. So Jax came because he wanted to choose his snacks. I told him it would be 2 miles, but he did it without complaints because he got to talk my ear off about video games. And then add some more to the car and we'll show everybody when I'm done talking because it's gonna take me a few minutes. Can you build something? Build something on the car. Oh, you took it off the puppy car. I got it, but you could make a new one. So we go to Walgreens and I did find banana chips. Oh, yeah. So I got 2 bags of those, but they didn't have pineapples. So I'm like, okay, there's a grocery store right across the parking lot. I will go scope it out. If there's no lines and it's fairly empty, I will go check and see if they have pineapple. And if they have it, I'll do a quick shop. So we walk over there in our masks and go in. There's no lines. They have one aisle open, but nobody's there. And then they have about 4 self-checks and 2 people were using those. There weren't too many people, and most of them were walking along the main thoroughfare by the checkout lanes. So we went to the back of the store to walk to the aisle that had dried fruit. I was feeling good. There's nobody around me. And then right when we were finding the pineapple, I was grabbing 2 bags, and then somebody came, like groups came on either side and stood right beside us, and that was right when Sebastian's like, hey, I want to sit in the stroller, which we were using as a shopping cart, so I was scrambling to grab everything out of the stroller. He was climbing up and the lock wasn't on, so it was reeling around, and things were falling on the floor, and the people were coming closer, and I started panicking because I have serious anxiety about strangers now. I don't want them anywhere near me, and it's gonna, after all this is over in the future, I'm gonna have serious problems I need to work through. I know it, because I was already a germaphobe about people. But no, we were good, right? Nobody got within 6 feet. They got right to that point. He got in, we finally picked up everything. Jack stayed calm and helped me pick everything up, and we got out of that aisle, and then I was like, okay, I can breathe. And then we weren't near anybody else. We passed a couple people walking, as you saw, but they weren't close. I said, okay, let me grab a couple things that I know I couldn't get at Walmart. My brain wasn't super clear, but I knew there were some things that I had really wanted. So I grabbed them, and then I suggested we go to the bakery and see what we could get for breakfast since those pastries didn't come. So the boys chose a fancy box of donuts, right? They were all nice and sealed up. They were the fresh bakery donuts, which they had in a case, but I don't trust that people didn't take it out and put it right back in. These were packaged by an employee and taped shut. So we got those. You'll see those tomorrow. And then we walked on home. Yeah, we're gonna eat donuts tomorrow. And then we got home and I mixed up the trail mix and started packing. Like, I'm gonna be picking away at packing the food. Well, as much as we can, we're putting into bags just to make it easier to pack. So we have a lineup of Ziploc bags ready to pack up things. But yeah, I mixed up the trail mix. I added some dried blueberries that we bought too. Don't talk over, don't talk over. And then let me finish my day. I made some lunch for everybody. Sebastian and I had some spinach salad. I had some avocado and chips. He had an assortment of like pretzels and stuff. Jax got himself like a little pre-made banana bread and some stuff. Just like, it was what I call a free-for-all, get your own stuff. And then this guy was exhausted from all the excitement. We came up to quiet time. He did his quiet time. I feel like we did something when we came up, but I don't remember. I don't know if we did anything. But anyway, we did our quiet time. And oh yeah, this morning I dyed my hair green when I got the dye in my hair. Hi. And then the groceries arrived and I left it in there while I brought them in and put the cold away, and then took my shower and rinsed it out. I'll do a touch-up on Friday. So yeah, we did quiet time, and then at 4:30 I usually have been messaging my husband saying, can you do a walk? Do you want to walk? Just to see if he can break away from his work at that time. He starts early, so generally that's when he should be able to leave. That's my belly full of pasta. See?
I feel a piece of that.
You feel a piece of pasta? That or a rib? He said yeah, he needed like 10 or 15 more minutes, so I did some more packing. I got the Lego sets that they got packed into bags instead of boxes.
I got a whole
a tiny chunk.
No, I got so.
Well, we need to pack those guys up or they don't get to come. I thought you were gonna bring them down.
I got a whole shade for geese.
I'm sure they'll see it when we get to the beach, but can you bring all the construction team downstairs tomorrow?
Okay.
Okay. So he said yes to a walk, so we took a walk. It was about 1.5 miles, and then he so kindly made spaghetti. Ow, dude. While I continued to do some packing and laundry. I've been doing that all day. I started getting puzzles packed up. The ones that come with posters inside them, I put them in a bag with the poster. There's 2 that do not have posters, so I have to bring the box. And yeah, we had, it's talking to you because you're laying on it. It's like, I'm eating this yummy pasta. We had our dinner, and then I needed to finish sewing one of their masks because this one they call the Bejeweled mask is a favorite. It has all sorts of colorful gems falling down, so it reminds them of Bejeweled. So I was making a second one of those. Look at this cute guy ready to sleep. But he was begging and begging for his bath. We were gonna go up at 8 for it, but we ended up coming up from my sewing area at 7:30, but then I showed him the toy that I got on clearance at Target. He didn't even know I got it. Yeah. It's a city for his little tiny trucks. It's by Batat. It's called their Driven Pocket series. This one is actually a Tonka, which I don't think they make anymore, but they're the exact same scale, so he has a mix of the two. So he can put them together with his little roads, and they're so tiny that I got that to go along with us on the trip. It just takes part of the toy bag.
It can't get in my ear.
I know, when I lay down, that's when my tummy digests. Like, it's kind of noisy. And then we came up, and he had his bath while I was packing toiletries. I was getting all the vitamins and allergy pills packed up and refilling bottles. And now here we are. It is probably approaching 9. It is 9:01. My Apple Watch is still working, and I guess I was having a lot of issues because I was wondering, like, why am I not getting these stand things? What do I have to do? Do I have to do jumping jacks? And nothing was working, and now I'm like, by the time I get downstairs in the morning, it's like already half full because I'm up really late, and I'm getting them at like 12 and 1 and 2 a.m. now just from walking around that I didn't used to, so that's great.
When can I cook that? Go up.
Oh, the skull? Yeah, I forgot about that. I just need to iron it again because it's not quite flat. Probably right after the trip we can do it. Alright, well we're going to say goodnight because I've been talking for 10 minutes. I need to pick out a couple books for him because all our books are going back on Friday. I think tomorrow we will do our forest loop because our groceries were supposed to include dark chocolate M&Ms that we were going to throw into our trail mix. And it wasn't out of stock. It didn't say it was substituted or missing, but it didn't come. So we paid like $4.60 for those. If it bothers me enough, I can call them and I'll just remove it, but I don't know if I'm going to for one thing. But there's a 7-Eleven there, and if it's not looking busy, I can go in there. That's the kind of place where you can kind of hang back until nobody's at the checkout counter and quickly buy. So we'll see. They might not have dark chocolate M&Ms, but we might be able to at least just get regular ones to throw in there. Yeah, so that's probably going to be our plan tomorrow. Jax has a science lab project that he's going to have to do. He's been hustling on the school this week. It hasn't been easy. He struggled on his history chapter test, so I ended up printing out basically his textbook for the whole chapter because it's all online, and then letting him do a guided test where he has to find the answers. I didn't tell him the answers at all. He had to look through his text because I feel like he's learning it that way too. We can always revisit to make sure it's in his head, but it's hard to remember these things. We don't even remember exactly these dates of all these wars. He's on the War of 1812, and I'm still talking, sorry. And I had to help him through his lesson of order of operations because it just must have blown right through because he did the lesson and then went for the lesson quiz and was like, how do I do this? I'm like, didn't they just tell you like a half an hour ago? So I went through it with him, and after a few, he's just flying through it on his own. Yes, your truck is cool. And yeah, so we might have to do more with him. I've got this work looming over me. He does seem to understand that I don't have a lot of time and I'm going on vacation, and luckily most of it's not critical. I gave him an outline of my time. I did not receive anything from him today. I think he was probably too busy and not planning to send it anyway today, but I might get a lot tomorrow and Friday, so I'm hoping not. I've got so much packing to do, but we'll just see how it goes. I'll make it work even if I don't sleep. So I'm gonna say good night. Good night, everybody. I hope that you are feeling good and being safe and well. And don't forget, wash your hands.